and they ended up having something downtown Atlanta.
Ooh.
Super nice hotel, incredibly nice hotel. Like they had a pool. You know how hotels have pools,
Yeah.
but this one was set up almost like an amusement park type of water thing, like a water park type of thing, where they had the beach chairs and was big as hell, real spread out. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave her in the room and I'm gonna go have me some fun. And that's what I did.
And that's what you did.
Glad you made it back.
Me too. Then we were delayed in Houston. Always delayed in
Weather?
Houston. No, our flight coming in, like the plane coming in was delayed from San Antonio. You want to know what doesn't make sense to me? Which I know there's a real reason why this is the way it is. Why don't the planes just fly back and forth from the places that they're going? You know, like the Memphis to Houston plane. Why doesn't it just go back and forth?
Almost like a bus route.
Yes.
Like the bus
Instead,
goes up and down park. Yeah.
Our plane came from San Antonio to Houston and then to Memphis. We got stuck in an elevator with our pilots from our plane from Costa Rica to Houston, and we were like, "Oh, are you a Houston-based crew?" And they said, "No, we're a what's the
San Antonio.
no,
Dallas.
no, New Jersey, Newark. We're a Newark-based crew." We're like, "Oh wow," they're like, "Yeah," and now we're headed to Midland, Texas. I was like, "Why?"
That's where Boobie Miles is, isn't it?
Why?
Isn't Boobie Miles from there?
Is he?
Yeah, in Midland, where Friday Night Lights take place. Isn't it Midland, Texas? I feel like it's Midland, Texas.
Isn't it Odessa?
Is it Odessa?
I don't know. I get all those places in
no
Texas.
disrespect to
mixed up.
Texas high school football. They'll fight you over that. I apologize. But yeah, I get what you're saying. That would make more sense. Although from a logistics...
It's near, Odessa is Midland. I think
Gotcha.
they're one and the same.
So maybe they play like Midland Tech in the championship or something like that. Best guess from a logistics standpoint, you don't want a plane flying from like Seattle to Texas and back constantly
that takes
from a wear
so much
and tear
time.
and
But a
gas.
short one just feels, What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, February 18th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass coming up on today's show. I made it back from my surprise trip. Barely. I will tell you my latest travel tales, why I think Latin America is incredibly underrated for travel. Had a great time. We'll catch up on all the things I missed from when I was gone, the Olympics, All-Star Weekend, the works. DeAngelo Williams will join us as he does each and every Wednesday. We'll catch up with him. We'll do some WTF stories from the week as well. It is a Wednesday. You know what we say. Happy Year of the Horse, Happy Ramadan, Happy Lent, Happy Solar Eclipse to all who celebrate.
Boobie Miles tours ACL against Midland.
There you go.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour, March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the green onions by mistake. and played the B side instead of the A side.
No.
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. If you can make it through Wednesday, you can make it through the rest of your week. We are so back. It is good to be back. CJ, good to see you. What did I miss? Really busy time period, huh?
Oh, it was a lot of stuff that
So
happened.
much stuff.
5th highest rated NBA All-Star
Oh.
game since 2000.
I hear it might have been saved.
Winter Olympics stuff was happening.
Oh,
we
we'll
got
get into
Canadians
that.
cheating. Were you here for the quad guy falling apart?
No, I watched the last thing I was able to watch before getting completely immersed in our trip, because they finally figured out on our phone that we were no longer in the United States and they cut off our access to the Olympics, was the quad god fall. I'm not kidding. We were in the middle of a jungle, service in and out, came back in, we're watching Ilya Malinin. I'm like, yes, we get to watch him. This is gonna be so awesome. And then I just stared out the window in sadness and I was like, God, sports are hard sometimes.
What else? So college basketball on the men's side
Congrats
and
to
women's
Michigan.
side is heating up. Thank you for what? Being awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. Chris specifically sent me a Michigan-related, as I was trying to get back into everything. Your win over Purdue gives you the best start ever, 25-1.
Yeah.
First Big Ten team to start 25-1 since 2010.
Yeah. I mean,
There you go.
that's what we do.
Congrats.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Arizona lost 2 games while you were
Yeah.
gone. I do believe Nebraska lost another game while you were gone. There was an interesting women's college basketball is interesting. Tennessee seems to be falling apart. Their coach yelled at them, called them quitters against South Carolina. I don't know if you were here for that. And then
Yes.
last night in the handshake line, Coach furious just blows right past Coach Yo. South Carolina continues to beat the hell out of LSU on the women's side of things. So it's stuff we'll talk about
Adam
some
Silver
NFL
wants
stuff.
to fix tanking. Adam Silver, expansion sure seems.
Expansion, not relocation.
That was a big one.
So-
that one did seep
So
into my timeline.
You doomsdayers here, we didn't hop into
Take
that.
a little chill pill.
Like, relax
and
a
take
little
a big
bit.
deep breath. Everybody, embrace the Pura Vida life. That's how I'm living now. I'm just
Embrace
living
the what?
The Pura Vida life.
What's that?
CJ, it's the slogan of Costa Rica, obviously.
Oh, I thought that was like another Ricky Martin song.
No.
Like
I do keep.
living
I mean,
La
I
Vida Loca.
continuously thank you for saying that, because all I do is sing Pura La Vida Loca. There's nothing that takes you out of Pura Vida like being thrust back into the American transportation system, particularly airports, and you're like, wow, this is not Pura Vida. I think Pura Vida technically is just like the notion of having well-being and a sense of gratitude for the world, and really like focused on the important things: food, shelter, safety, just existing and being one with the land. Anyway, yes, my husband planned this big surprise trip. The last time I sat here, I did not know where I was going. I was here last Thursday, but Chris really wanted to help me disconnect for All-Star Weekend, and he really succeeded in that. I woke up Friday morning. I still did not know where I was going. We went to the airport at around 4:30 a.m.
I'm sorry. Hate to interject. You also missed the Yeet Fest.
I was a little disappointed to miss the Yeet Fest.
Yeah. They were excited. They were out around back waiting on people to roll through here at like 10.
Really?
10 in the morning after the show.
Jey Uso has everybody under the Yeet spell.
Mm-hmm. But okay,
Thank you.
back on that.
Yeeting my way to the airport by not knowing where I was going. I had a couple clues. I knew the weather, 70s, 80s. I knew from an activity standpoint, I needed swimsuits, I needed activity clothes, I needed chill clothes, didn't need anything really dressy. My husband had given me a pair of binoculars for my birthday, which felt oddly specific, I would say. They would make sense eventually. But it really was my first time going to the airport without knowing the destination of where I was going to go. And Chris controlled our boarding passes, so I still didn't know going through security. He was walking me up and down the gate aisles, trying to find a funny one to punk me with. He was like, I really wanted to find an Albuquerque gate just to mess with you for a second, but there was no Memphis to Albuquerque 6 a.m. flight going on. And eventually learned first flight was to Miami. So I knew we were going south. So at that point, I kind of narrowed it down to my final three guesses were Panama, Guatemala, and Costa Rica. We just had a friend go to Guatemala to do some hiking. And so I thought, like last second option, maybe that's where we're going. He's following his itinerary. But no, it was Costa Rica. But in typical Chris Luther fashion, I find out it's Costa Rica, and he's like, but it's not just Costa Rica. It's not just Costa Rica. I'm like, what do you mean it's not just? I've never been to Costa Rica. I'm very excited. He goes, let me show you something. And he proceeds to give me his phone, and he has like 12 TikToks lined up. He's like, watch all these TikToks. And it transports me to where we're going. And it's this place called Puerto Viejo, which is the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. Okay. And he proceeds to tell me, here's the thing. It's a 5-hour drive from San Jose, which is the capital of Costa Rica. So we're gonna land in San Jose, we're gonna get in a shuttle, we're gonna drive 5 hours to Puerto Viejo, but it is beautiful and it's gonna be worth it. And I can't confirm it was well worth it. But we drive through the jungle to this very laid back surf beach town, a distinctly Caribbean feel. It's situated with the rainforest and the beach, which is very cool. So there's a ton of wildlife. We were told it's one of the most biologically diverse places on Earth. And Costa Rica is actually the global leader in ecodiversity. 6% of the world's species live in Costa Rica, which considering the size of Costa Rica is pretty remarkable. So over 500,000 species. This is a white-faced capuchin monkey, which I saw in the wild at Coita National Park, which is the national park in Puerto Viejo. They were just there. They were just right in front of me. One little monkey just like stood on its legs and like walked across the street in front of me. They're swinging in their trees. They're doing their thing. They're eating. Chris said he had 3 goals for me. Monkeys, beach, and relaxation. And we got all of them. These are howler monkeys that we happened to just stumble across as we were walking on a beach. Our first day was kind of a rainy day because you are in the rainforest, so you do have days that are overcast and more rainy. But all of a sudden, things were hitting the water in front of us, and we could not figure out for the life of us why so much fruit was falling from the trees. And we finally looked up, and we were like, is that a... And next thing you know, you just saw like 20 monkeys sprawling. And I was like, this is the best day of my life. This is all I ever wanted and more in my little Jane Goodall Jessie Benson, who just wanted to live with the monkeys her life. And then, that's not just a sloth, that's a sloth and her baby. We're just strolling down the street. We're just walking down the beach trying to find a nice place to kick our feet up and read a book. And there is a sloth in the tree with its baby doing its sloth-like things. There's 3-toed sloths and 2-toed sloths. We also went to a animal rescue center called the Jaguar Rescue Center, which actually doesn't have any jaguars, even though there are some big cats in Costa Rica, but they do not need to be at the rescue center, thankfully. We saw a blind sloth who was the cutest thing that maybe I've ever seen, except for the monkeys. We woke up to the sound of howler monkeys. That was our alarm every morning. The place we stayed was so sick. Like, coolest hotel that we've ever, it wasn't a hotel, it was a bed and breakfast, situated right in the middle of the jungle, and all you hear at night are the sounds of the jungle. These little things are called agoutis. They're everywhere. They're their version of squirrels, essentially, but they're obviously much bigger than squirrels, and they're kind of also raccoon-ish like in that they just love to eat your stuff. But there's like no trash anywhere because they're very, very conscious of the environment. You can't flush toilet paper, which will come into play in a moment. You cannot flush toilet paper. That's something like, so every toilet has a trash can next to it for you to dump your toilet paper in next to. They're very big on conservation of water, not wasting anything, not wasting food. And so these guys pick up a lot of the slack when it comes to organic stuff. This is a eyelash viper that we saw in Kuwaita. It is super poisonous. It will kill you. It doesn't want to kill you. It's so cute. Look at the color of that thing. Look at that thing.
It's cute.
Yes, it's so cute. I respect the snakes now. I went into this trip very terrified of snakes and spiders. I've seen spiders as big as your head now, CJ.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We had an outdoor shower at our place where we stayed.
What?
And there was I looked up and there was a spider and I was like, I think I'm going to use the indoor shower tomorrow. But that eyelash viper, they just hang out. The thing about snakes in Costa Rica is, like, snake bites do happen. And so people, like, everybody has anti-venom. So it's not regular for someone to die of a snake bite because there's always someone who's like, I got you. I got the antivenom. And they don't want to bite you. It's only if they're agitated or perturbed. And we had a great guide in Kuwaita National Park. And that is why we ultimately had the binoculars. And those binoculars were exquisite. I got to see like the close-up faces of these creatures in the trees. We saw toucans. I saw the biggest iguana the fattest iguana. And so for those, you can't get pictures. But with the binoculars, I felt like I was like right there in the tree with these animals, which was so cool. And then some of those beautiful beaches that you will ever see. Like truly, just absolutely stunning. There's a black sand beach, Playa Negra. They just had a very difficult storm season where the tides rose significantly, and so there's not as much beach as there normally is, but there was still plenty of it because there's just infinite amount of beach. There was a huge surf competition there, an international surf competition that just we had no idea was going to be going on while we were down there. So we parked our butts in the sand and watched some surfers of all ages compete, which was super cool. And then you just relax. It has such a cool feeling because it is the Caribbean side. So there's also this multicultural element of it where you get more of the Afro-Caribbean piece of it mixed with the Costa Rican piece of it. And everyone's just really kind and happy. Not like, I don't say kind from a cheerful standpoint, but everyone's really helpful. Everybody is willing to like help you out, do you a favor. They have these things called tuk-tuks, which are little red boogies that are motorized, and they're cabs. It was only like 10 years ago, they didn't even have roads in this area. Everything was by bike. And so now they had these tuk-tuks, which were kind of the original form of transportation. Now there's cars. Tourism is both great for economies, but also ruins so much. But they've tried really hard to embrace the natural nature of this community and not for it to be ruined by tourism. A lot of Europeans, not as many Americans, like a lot of English speakers, but like the tour that we took at the Animal Rescue Center, there were 20 of us in the group for the English speaking tour. And Chris and I were the only two from the United States of America. Like everybody else was from, Norway, Poland, UK, Australia, other places of the world. And a lot of Canadians have moved there, apparently. I understand how people move there. Like, I totally get how you can suck it. I used to think sometimes people would come home from trips to someplace like Costa Rica and would make it their entire identity. And I'd be like, okay, you're back in your home. Like, get over it. But now I get it. I'm like, pura vida forever. I just want to live on a beach with the purest of the vidas.
Best thing you
beautiful. I mean, just seeing the monkeys in the national park were so cool because they were, truly like face to face right there. We did learn that they don't want to hurt humans either, and people really try to continue to give these animals the opportunity to just exist in their natural state. But some tourists are a-holes, and so they've like fed the monkeys, and so they treat some of these monkeys like meth addicts because the monkeys are addicted to sugar.
Oh.
Because the tourists are giving them food that have sugar in them or like artificial sugars that they wouldn't get in normal fruit in their typical diet. And so some of these monkeys will look at you with like the face of an addict. Like, give me your bag. You got some chocolate in there. Which is so interesting.
Like Tyrone Biggums. Just ashy lips begging for chocolate and whatnot. Okay.
But I do think when we stumbled across the howler monkeys in the trees, like we had gotten lost. It's my favorite kind of a travel story. We took a wrong road. We went the wrong way. We were trying to find the beach. We ran into this sweet little old lady who was waiting for somebody to come stay at her, because there's just B&Bs everywhere. That's how most people stay down there, in like locals' homes. And she was waiting for someone to come, and phone service is kind of spotty. And so she didn't want to leave her post, but she didn't want us to go out of our way too much. And so she directed us to her neighbor, who then let us use her path down to an area of beach. And we got to that area of beach, and there was this like big kind of not puddle of water, but almost like a mini lake that we would need to cross. And we were trying to scope how deep it was and if it was safe enough for us. Like, I was like, could there be a crocodile in there? I don't know. I don't want to risk it. And that's when the fruit starts falling on the water. And that's when we saw the monkeys. And so we never would have seen those monkeys in the wild if we hadn't just wandered and gotten lost and had absolutely zero plans and any idea what we were doing, and probably did something like a little stupid in trying to wade across the water and then navigating the beaches to try to find more like private areas. But that was so cool. Like, the monkeys were so cool. You want to ask me the worst part?
I want to know the food situation. You
That's a
talked
really
about
good question.
The nature and whatnot. Here, Costa Rica got good ass food. Plantains and whatnot.
I love plantains.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with plantains. There's this restaurant where Chris grew up called Soul Food that is a Puerto Rican restaurant that every time we go back to visit his house, like, I make us go to Soul Food all the time, mostly just because I want their plantains. Plantains at every meal. It's rice and beans and then a meat. We had this great oxtail dish, which was phenomenal. Oxtail, rice and beans, plantains, and at that was just fried plantains. Then I had a chicken dish with the rice and beans and the plantains, along with sweet plantains, and I was in absolute heaven. I liked the food. It wasn't my favorite food. It's not a foodie town. It's just good. Like, you know what you're gonna get from the Caribbean side. There's so many different options of local. They call their local Caribbean restaurants sodas.
Okay.
And so you can pick from a variety of sodas. And we really wanted to try to frequent as many like local restaurants as possible. We got these great tacos at a taco stand on the side of the road, which were excellent. We ate at a little bar that did show the USA hockey game. That's the only television.
Women or men?
Men.
Okay.
Finland?
Yeah.
I don't know if I was pure beating. That was the only television we saw like the entire time we were there, which was interesting. So the food was good. So I don't want to turn this into a food thing. And I don't want to turn this into anything, because truly, one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. Like, Chris crushed it. The vibes were immaculate. It felt so unique. It was so special to go to someplace that is so like infrequently traveled, and felt like we had really cool memories. Super safe. You could just leave your stuff on tables and go walk and take pictures and come back, and like, no one's gonna mess with your stuff. So that was awesome. We walked everywhere. The potholes give Memphis a run for its money, but you navigate them, you make it work. Now, I almost didn't make it back from Costa Rica.
Wait, what? You got kidnapped? What?
For a few reasons. I did not get kidnapped. Again, it was super safe. One of the safest countries in Latin America. I do think sometimes, like, when I was noticing how many Europeans were traveling down there and not as many American or United States citizens were traveling down there, I do think sometimes Latin America gets a bad rap from up here, and I cannot tell you how safe we felt the entire time that we were there. So that was not the issue. I just happened to have been fighting for my life with food poisoning for the last 48 hours. And I think it's food poisoning. It could be anything, some sort of bacterial pickup, whatever. But I woke up in the middle of the night on Monday to this incredible rainstorm that sounded like a noise machine you would pay like $20 for, but it was just a rainstorm outside, and my tummy was rumbling, and I said, uh-oh, and then I saw God. And it was not a great time. And let me go back to the whole point where you cannot flush toilet paper. So we had ourselves a little situation, and Chris was an absolute saint. And the next morning he went to the pharmacy in Costa Rica and got me some medicine, which did stop me from projectile vomiting over and over again. I did at one point try to go and eat breakfast at our bed and breakfast. Barely made it. Just puked straight in the jungle. I am now one with the jungle.
You got to vomit in the jungle?
And on the beach. What else are you going to do? I kept saying there's worse places to be sick. I just slept on the beach and puked on the beach, puked in the jungle.
So you got to leave a piece of yourself.
I left myself in
some
Puerto
fluids
Viejo.
in the jungle
I am
and
there,
on the beach.
On the beach. I watched the greatest sunset of my life. I don't like to rank sunsets because all sunsets are beautiful to me, but I'd call it a top 15 sunset of my life. And I kept saying, like, there are so many worse places to be sick. The only problem is then the next day we were traveling back. And let me remind you, it was a 5-hour shuttle from San Jose to Puerto Viejo, which means that it was a 5-hour shuttle from Puerto Viejo to San Jose. And we got all those Costa Rican pharmacy. The pharmacies are so cool there. They give you like however many you need instead of like a full bottle. You don't have to buy the whole bottle.
Okay.
And so originally they gave Chris like 4 of each, and then he was like, well, we do have a shuttle tomorrow. And they're like, take 6. Take 6 just in case. I'm like eating, hold on, I'll show you my...
Let me see it.
My final meal, as Chris had the audacity to order the same thing that was my last meal, which I can only assume is what made me sick. I just ate these soda crackers, the universal cracker of I don't feel so good.
Okay.
I ate these. I had some Gatorade on the beach. This is all I've eaten for the last 48
Do you know what did
hours.
it?
I think it has to be the last dinner I had, which was like chicken,
Okay.
rice and beans. Everyone kept saying it was the salad. I was like, I don't eat salad. It wasn't the salad.
So you didn't eat
I didn't
any
eat
of
the
it?
salad,
Okay.
no.
Listen, it's funny because one of them days in Kenya, like I ate pretty good, and I ate like the regular food I was accustomed to eating. It's like, yeah, it'll be fine, and it was not fine the next day. It just wasn't. I find that fascinating how, depending on where you are in the world, it depends
Sure.
on what foods you can handle. Because they can't
Yes.
handle Kenyans, and I don't think Tanzanians, they can't handle the stuff we eat over here.
No, and
either.
so many people told us while we were down there too, like, oh, you're gonna feel so good. We had coconut milk straight from a coconut.
Ooh.
We had pineapple straight off a tree. Like the fruits were incredible. Everyone's like, oh, your stomach is gonna feel so good. Like you're eating pure food. And you know, it's one of those things where you get a little bacteria on something and you're toast. And I was absolutely toast, but we at least got me stopped up enough. Sorry, there's no better way to say it. We got me stopped up
Gotta
enough
plug it in.
that I should be able to make it on the shuttle drive. And then we had the shuttle drive from, like, someone missed the shuttle, and we ended up having to wait for them to get a car to meet us. And then there was a mudslide in the middle of the jungle. And we
Wait,
ended
your
up,
mudslide?
like a mudslide.
Oh, like an actual.
Like an actual.
Okay.
Oh, shut up. Yes, I had a. Oh my God, can you imagine? But anyway,
can
it
you?
added like an hour onto our drive. No, and I hadn't even made the mudslide joke, which tells you how bad I felt because that feels like it would have been right up my alley. So we finally got to the airport and everything was good. And I had a plain bagel as my first attempt at getting some food. And again, those Costa Rican pharmacy meds, I vouch for them wholly. If you ever have an issue when you're in Costa Rica, just go to the pharmacy, they'll hook you up. But anyway, we got delayed coming back from Houston. We finally made it back, and it was a cruel back to reality. But I am here, and we are back, and thank you for indulging me with my travel tales.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I enjoy when people travel. Like, I don't know. I've seen it on movies. We never did it, but people would go on vacation and then come back with a slideshow of said
Yes.
vacation, and all the
I think
neighborhood
it'd be
would
so
come
fun.
through and sit down and watch. It feels like that. The fact that you got to wake up to howler monkeys,
Was insane.
that's wonderful.
And just the sound of
Like, you
the
hear
jungle.
things-
Like we heard frogs.
Hear things you don't hear. You've
Yeah.
never heard before.
Yes, and they said like it clearly sounded like frogs. And then someone told us the next day, if it's at night, it's frogs. If it's in the day, it's probably birds mimicking. So many of these birds, they're freaky. They mimic the sounds of everything. Like they've learned to mimic the sounds of cell phones. They've learned to mimic the sounds of human laughter. You can be in the middle of the rainforest and you'll hear like what sounds
that's
like another
horrifying.
human. It's just a bird. It's
That's
straight
it.
out of the Hunger Games. I'm like, what is this? But yeah, just being one with nature. Like there's so much world out there to explore. I feel very lucky to have seen this part of it. And it was so cool. And it does really just remind you, we care about the strangest stuff here sometimes. Like, you know, just the things that we get so bogged down by. Man, just pura vida. Don't worry, I got back on Twitter last night. It was like, great.
Welcome back.
What a horrific place to return
your
to.
Your boy's meeting with Congress today again.
Oh, really?
Zuck
I don't even
dog.
know who you're talking about.
Zuck.
Oh, okay.
Because his stuff is addictive. And they're like, hey, are you marketing this to children to get them addicted
Okay,
on
like the
purpose?
monkey's addicted to the sugar?
Yes.
Chris had phone problems while we were there. He got moisture in his phone, and so he couldn't use. It's a whole thing. Too long of a story. But he had to genuinely be off of his phone for like 2 days, and he said it was both wonderful, and I was pretty much off my phone. But he had to be off his phone in case he needed to save his phone and any battery that he could potentially keep. And he was like, at times I felt like an addict. I'd be like, where's my phone? Where's my comfort phone? All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get into some of the stuff that we missed along the way. The Olympics yesterday, I was once again devastated by figure skating. All the sport does is break my heart at this point. We'll get into that and more after a quick break.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all new tour.
Just a ham. You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other?
Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. As we kind of mentioned off the top, very few things seeped through my consciousness while I was pure eating, but the All-Star game being kind of okay felt like something I saw a lot of takes on. Victor Wembanyama cared, and that helped make other people care, and Anthony Edwards balled out and was the MVP. Sounds like expansion really is happening, and I know we were all grateful to hear that relocation not on the table. Adam Silver looking at every possible remedy to prevent tanking. My Achilles warrior won the three-point contest, Damian Lillard. I saw some college basketball highlights across the timeline, Kingston Flemings, Darius Acuff. The KD burner drama was something that I didn't want to spend enough time online to figure it out, but I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast on my return, and he was doing a mailbag where someone brought up the KD thing and pointed out, which I find far more interesting on if KD's burner is real or not, whatever, that people are calling it the KD files. And he was wondering if this is a shift from going from calling things gates to calling things files. Because for decades, we've gone the Watergate route, because Watergate was the most prominent political scandal of our most recent lifetime. And so we always ended things with gate, like Deflategate and Now I can't think of any other ones, but that was how we would always call things. Spygate. Now they're calling these the Katie files. So because of the Epstein files, are we going to start calling things files instead of gate? That's how linguistics change. Fascinating to think about it. The Olympics, or actually, the first story that I saw, first thing, I sit at the airport yesterday. I'm like, all right, let's bust open Slack. First story I saw coming back. MLBPA Executive Director Tony Clark resigned after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had been hired by the union in 2023, according to reports. I was like, oh, welcome back. We are so back. Sister-in-law, as many have pointed out, we've got options here. Is it his wife's sister? Is it his brother's wife?
Please not.
At least it was not his sister?
Correct.
All of the above seem unfortunate. Minus the not being his sister part of it.
Yeah, all of that is just bad. But like, if it's not to make light of a situation that some people might take seriously, I don't. So, like, if it's his brother's wife,
yeah,
then he loses his wife, his wife's family, and he loses his family.
Right, because it's his brother's wife.
Because it's his brother's wife.
True.
Like, you can't go, like, I don't
you
know how you show
it
your
as
face at
separated
Thanksgiving
out
dinner.
as possible.
So if it's his wife's sister, like, yeah, that's fine. She was going to leave you if you got caught cheating anyway. So, like, you're good. You still have your family. But, yo, that's a crazy story.
Oh, bad.
And that he got her the job, which I'm just assuming on some Sharon Moore type stuff. On some, what's my man with the
let me help you.
neck brace? Petrino. Like, all right, you and I are getting it in. Here's this job so you can make some money. I don't have to.
Hugh Freeze, which is so unfair to Hugh Freeze in this. I did see something with Hugh Freeze over the weekend too. It's crazy the things that just pop up on your timeline.
Doing stuff?
No, it was like some reshare that he had on Instagram. Something about Grace. Anyway. Well, you know, some people.
He needs it after that, what he did to Auburn football.
It's fine. Yeah, so that was a crazy story. The Olympics continue on. That dude last night who landed the first ever nose butter triple cork 2160. I don't know if you were familiar with the nose butter triple cork 2160. You probably weren't, because it's never been landed before. And Mac Forehand lands a nose butter triple cork 2160 in the big air final. That is the hell of a sentence. Let me say it again. Mac Forehand, great name, lands a nose butter triple cork 2160. Excellent name, in the big air final. That's like such a dude. That's a dude sentence right there. Forehand, 24 years old, from Vermont. It's a trick that's never been done. So naturally, what does he get, CJ? What does Mac Forehand get in the Olympics?
What?
Silver? Another travesty has struck U.S. Olympians.
Wait, is this an event that's judged by judges also?
It is an event that's judged. I'm so sick of these events that are judged by judges.
What did the French judge give him?
I don't know the specifics.
I bet the French judge gave him like a 3.
It was a Norwegian who won. A guy named from Norway. Tormod Frostad. It's a travesty is what it is. As someone who has studied the sport deeply for about 20 minutes, I think it's a screw job. First, we had Chalk and Bates, which I'll never forehand, and his nose butter triple cork 2160. I mean, what else can you ask? He was asked about it afterwards, and he dismissed the idea that he was misjudged. Us, experts from our couch, versus the dude actually doing the event.
If you hit a nose butter triple cork 2160, what else can you do?
Precisely.
What else can you do?
I don't know. I don't know what the evolution of a nose butter triple cork
2160. I mean, I'm guessing that the next evolution would be a nose butter quadruple cork 2440.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, what do you want this man to do?
He said,
that's wild.
I've seen it so many times before. I got robbed. Someone I beat got robbed. Rob this, rob that. But we know so much about our sport. We know what scores well, what should do well. The guys that are out here tonight know what the podium is going to be at all times. People on the outside perspective might not really understand that, but that's just how it's going to be. And you know, judge sports. Like, I'm sure in figure skating, it's the same way. But what do they really know about our sport? Is he talking about us?
No, you can't.
What do we really know about? I know so little about your sport, but I respect it so much. Big air final was very fun to watch. Figure skating, again, heartbreaking to watch. All figure skating does is break my heart over and over again. This time it was Amber Glenn and her women's short program yesterday. She's skating to Madonna. They do a preview feature on Amber Glenn going into last night's event. Madonna sent her a video message going into it. Madonna herself said, "Go get that gold." And I'm like, hell yeah, Amber Glenn, go get that gold. And she goes out there and she's skating to Like a Prayer, and I'm feeling it, and she lands a triple axel, and that's exciting, and she nailed it, and she's killing it, and she hits a triple flip and a triple toe loop, and I'm like, yes, of course I know all of these things. And then come to find out, she didn't complete one of the required elements. So she dropped to 13th. Oh, wow. 13th. So now Amber Glenn is likely out of medal contention. And I guess her program required her last jump to be a triple. It could be any triple. Skating community, please don't kill me if I get this wrong. I've seen a lot of skating experts in the comments of like The Athletic and ESPN saying, I really wish you'd get someone who knows more about skating. I'm like, I'm just trying here. I'm trying my best. But the way I understand it now is that she needed 3 jumps in her program, a double or triple axel, a combo jump that included a triple, and another triple. And she only performed a double loop. And because it was a double and not a triple, it was an invalid element. And invalid elements give you 0 points. 0 points. So basically, if she had done the trick and fallen, she still would have scored higher. But because she didn't do it, she gets 0. And now she is in 13th. And that is so brutal. I just think skating has reminded me just the pressure cooker of individual sports and greatness. Like, it's just you and the ice. Just like when we watch gymnastics during the Summer Olympics, it's just the gymnast and the floor or the beam or whatever it may be. I was trying to think of other moments in sports, like when a golfer needs to sink a potential match-winning putt on the last hole in front of everybody. But it is just such a mental thing. And for Amber Glenn, it was devastating. Luckily, we still have Alyssa Liu. She is our best chance at a medal now. She is currently in 3rd. I started today thinking that maybe the U.S. women could place gold, silver, bronze. Maybe they could do a 1-2-3 punch. They're calling them the Blade Angels. They even have a nickname. They told me that the drought was going to end. It's been 20 years since an American woman won a medal in individual skating. And I grew up in the time of the greats with Michelle Kwan and Tara Lipinski, Christy Yamaguchi, all of the... No, she did not win anything. But like Nancy Kerrigan was before my time, but like understanding the skaters that I grew up watching being people who succeeded and won medals and were on the podium. And now we haven't had it in forever. So I'm all in on Alyssa Liu. Shout out Bay Area. My husband was excited that she's from the Bay. She shouted out Oakland on her way off the ice. She was great. She was great. Any Olympics for you?
Why are the figure skaters choking like this?
I think it's a mental thing.
Well, we're America, aren't we? I thought this was the United States. I thought we were just mentally better than everybody else. How can you get into the biggest stage of your career and shrink in the biggest, brightest moments?
I don't know.
This is shameful for this nation.
The men, I was convinced that it was I know this is now eons ago. It's like 4 days ago. With the men, it felt like something was significantly wrong with the ice. Because it wasn't just the quad god who fell. Like 3 of those last 4 skaters who were supposed to be, because I think they do it in the way where the best are at the end.
Yeah.
And they all fell. Like the sweet little boy from Japan, who I was like, I'll be okay if he wins. He's so sweet. And Japan's kicking our ass in skating. They were so good in the women's short program last night, and I can't be mad at the woman who performed to the Step Brothers song, which is the opera song that I actually don't know the name of, but it's the do 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 do. Anyway, they're killing us. It's sad. I don't understand why we're failing. I can't blame the ice. I can only blame the judges. It's all the judges. First they came for our skating. Now they've come for our big air. God. Travesty. All right. We'll talk to DeAngelo Williams. Who knows what we'll chat with DeAngelo about? We will find out after a quick break.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other?
Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is Wednesday. That means it's time to catch up with DeAngelo Williams. He joins us every Wednesday. He joins us now. How are you, DeAngelo?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I can't complain. Actually, I actually can.
Oh, of course you
can. I'm glad the Winter Olympics is every 4 years.
Okay.
I'm glad it is every 4 years because I realize that's the second most dangerous sport in the world. Like you can't, like you could, you know how in football or in a basketball or a sport like that, you know, you deal with the ACLs, the MCLs. Like you go down that damn mountain, you dealing with losing your life. Like it ain't no, like I don't give a damn how good of a skier you are. You all fall the same way. So there's no like, oh, if you control yourself, you can save your life. Like, no, you don't know what position you're going to be in when you fall.
You're right. And I do think there is an added element of genuine like fear when watching the Winter Olympics, which heightens the experience. Like sometimes the Winter Olympics get dogged, they get lost in the end of football season, beginning of basketball season. We don't care as much about them collectively as we do the Summer Olympics. But if you sit down and get like immersed in the Winter Olympics, you're like, holy, like these people are putting their lives on the lines between jumping off a mountain or like you think about the blades on these skates and just like things that could go wrong in any given moment. I was fascinated during the ice dancing because I didn't understand how the women were like standing on the men's legs with the skates, and they do have a duller blade, so it like doesn't obviously slice through. Because have you seen Blades of Glory?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
yeah. So
have.
I always think of Blades of Glory in that situation, and I'm like, what's keeping someone from just absolutely getting obliterated on the ice? But it's like scary to watch sometimes.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you what took me out. So I cracked the joke, but didn't realize that the joke was on me because Lindsey Vonn had went down, and she went down with an ACL, and she got airlifted. And I was like, "You get airlifted for an ACL?" And my wife goes, "Well, how else is she gonna get off the mountain?" And I was like, "Oh, that's right. She's on a mountain. There's no other way to get her any medical attention other than airlifting her off the mountain." That is wild to me.
Was she airlifted for the ACL, or was she
No.
airlifted after she shattered every bone in her
I was
leg?
gonna say she tore her ACL the week before she competed, but the accident that she had wasn't tearing her ACL. It was shattering almost the entirety of her left leg that she's finally back in the US. That was the update yesterday, that they were able to airlift her from Italy back to the United States of America. But her injuries, like the reports are far more significant than people originally thought. There was an idea that, her leg could be in jeopardy, which is terrifying. But she seems to be in good spirits.
They're going so fast.
So fast. Like 80 miles per hour.
80 miles per hour on one ACL down a
Dude,
mountain.
I wasn't even talking about the ACL, CJ. I'm talking about the fact that they going down them damn poles at 80 miles an hour. They got to feel. They was just smacking them. I'm like, they don't feel them poles.
Because it was a dude who hit his testicles, his Greek heroes, if you know what I'm talking about.
And he said,
he felt them. You heard him scream. And you are alone up there on that mountain.
But that's like those tricks on the big air last night are just absolutely absurd to me. Like the number of these guys are on skis, and it's crazy when they do it on snowboards too, but I just assume I'm gonna see tricks with snowboards. With skis, it just feels less balanced because there's two of them. Like your legs are separated technically. I don't know, it just adds one more piece to it.
Have you seen the back of the ramp?
No.
Like it looks like what's the mountain that the Grinch stays in?
God.
Oh God.
I've been on one of those before.
Wait, that's
this could be AI. I don't know. I'm assuming it's true. It's online. It's on Twitter. Why would they trick me? But look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
See, and that's another thing too.
That's
CJ.
horrifying.
Like this is again why I'm glad it's every 4 years. If my kids was to get into something like this, how do I even how do you watch practice? Like you got
one, you're really cold.
Well, first you got to go to the
Where do you
trampoline.
go?
You got to go to
I
the
was
trampoline
gonna say, I think
park
they do it
to figure it out.
I think they genuinely practice from the trick standpoint. Racing, you can't do it, but from the tricks, you start on a tramp. I think sometimes you do it into water, is how. But I don't know. That doesn't sound right either. Because if you hit the water with those skis, God, I feel like your legs would break.
You got to go. You got to go to Sky Zone and bounce around and say, okay, this is how I'm gonna do these.
This is how we're gonna do it.
Land in the foam and then work on the landing later. I don't know. I don't know how people find out they're good at this stuff. What the hell do you do in your life to say, you know what I'm good at? I'm good at the biathlon. And for those of you who don't know what the biathlon is, you got the skis on, you run up a mountain, then you lay down and you fire off a gun. Like, how the hell do you find out with skis? How the hell do you find out that I'm good at this?
Like if you're running, one day you're running and it's like, oh, I'm really fast. Maybe I should participate in track and field. Like that makes sense. Or like you're just playing basketball with your friends. It's such an easier way to understand, like, hey, these youth sports are done by a lot of people. I'm good at this. That makes no sense to me. I do think it is one of those things too, because I grew up in a mountain state in Colorado. So I did have more experience with like mountain-based activities. Like we had a children's museum in Colorado that had a fake ski hill. Like, you know how when you go to like a children's museum and there's activities you can do? So they would have these like skis that you could put on. So like all the kids put the same little like fake skis on, and you would go down a fake mountain. It wasn't real snow. It was like their version of fake snow. And so that was my first ever time on skis was at a children's museum. But that's only because I lived someplace where there was then like a pipeline to then go ski someday. Like we would have days off in school for kids to go ski. And so in that situation, then you learn, oh, hey, I'm kind of good at skiing.
I understand that.
I don't understand that exactly.
I understand
but
that.
this.
I think me and CJ, we saying the same thing. So if I'm sitting at Memphis, my kids looking at the Winter Olympics, and they go, "Hey, I'm interested in this. I want to do this."
Oh, you
What's
can't.
our next
Where
step?
do you go? Where do you go?
Can't. You can't.
Can't go.
I'm sorry. You gotta. And what is this you're interested in? Are you interested in ice dancing? Because I think we can figure something out. Ice hockey, we can probably figure something out. You interested in snowboarding? Well, let's start with a skateboard and then work our way up to that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Shaun White ended up doing?
Yeah.
He was a skateboarder
and then
turned snowboarder. Like we can work on that. You wanna run a mile uphill in skis? My G, I don't know if we got that. I don't know what you are expecting us to be able to do.
I don't know how to make these conditions for you.
I can't do that. Let's work on something else, man. Also,
do you want to try breakdancing? That's in the Olympics now.
Other sports, you can look at a kid and say, okay, you should be good at this.
Yeah.
If I got a little girl and she's 8 years old and she's like 5'5", 5'6", I'm like, oh, you're tall. Let's get you in volleyball right now. Like you're going to hit one more spurt. You'll be tall. We'll get you in volleyball and get you going. I don't know what the body type is for a lot of these. All I know is if you're a speed skater, you got to have a dunk, right? Like you got to be thick in the trunk. If you're not thick in the trunk, I don't think you can speed skate.
Yeah, I think you need some girth back there.
Dad, what, son? I like this sport. I want to do this. What's the sport? Show me. You want to do the skeleton? Who the hell is going to teach you how to do that, boy? You can't do that in Memphis.
Where are you creating this luge?
Where are we going? You want to go down to
Where's the track?
You want to go to Bill Street Landing and just lay on the cardboard and go down?
Yeah, what are
like,
you
no, we can't do
practicing?
that. No.
Yeah. I feel
bobsled. Like what? How do you find not just you?
Okay, you think
how
about
do you
like
find 3 other people who are good at bobsledding
Right.
to kick it with you?
like the gymnasts who have the stories about their dads who like made balance beams for them, and that makes sense to me. Like you can make a balance beam out of anything and teach them how to do it. But a track for a luge, bobsled, skeleton. I'm just a simple parent, not a miracle worker. I can't make a track for you on that. There wouldn't be enough space.
Listen, man.
I was shocked by 2 things this weekend, though.
Okay.
I was. One, did you see the black Haitian skater, like in the Olympics?
But that's surprising.
It looked he looked like me, and I was like, oh wow.
Hey, DeAngelo, Jamaica can have a bobsled team. Haiti can have an ice skater, dog.
Was it a skater or a skier?
Is it a skier?
It was a skier.
It was a skier.
It was a
Yeah.
skier. It was a skier. A skier, like the first ever. And I was just
cross-country
like,
skier.
when I first saw him, I was like, oh, this is a cool commercial. And then like, and I realized I was like,
Here's another one for you. DeAngelo, you and I are in Arkansas. We grew up together. We like 10 years old. We hanging out. We do everything together. We grab the ball. We go outside. We play catch and baseball. We play football. We do everything we can together. At what point would you say, or what would you say if 10-year-old me was like, hey, you know what sport would be real fun? The luge. But I need a partner to do couples luge with. And I need you. I'm going to be the bottom. You're going to be the top. I'm going to lay down. You're going to lay on top of me. And we're just going to go downhill together. Let's do it. Let's start practicing that.
I can't say.
Ain't no way in hell that's like, how the hell do you find out you're good at that?
Yeah, like, well,
'Cause you
first of
gotta
all,
train.
like, what drugs are you on? That's my first question.
In Arkansas.
Yeah.
So you got to find a partner. You got to find somewhere cold with snow or a track that you can practice laying down while your teammate lays on top of you.
You probably start
as
on a
you go
slide.
down. Okay.
Like one day you're trying it out. You're at the
that's getting
just the jungle gym.
Jessica, in Arkansas,
The
2
slide
boys laying on one another going down the slide. That's getting shut down immediately. Immediately.
Just playing. And then they're like, we're really fast on the slide. We should take our talents on the road.
In Arkansas?
And now we should go to...
Listen, maybe in Colorado.
We should go to Norway.
Maybe 2 boys could go down the slide as friends in Colorado.
Yeah, but that put us at a disadvantage though, being in the South, man, because everybody up north are the ones that are going to do these things in these mountainous places that get these kind of conditions. So I feel like we should have something for us down here.
We do. It's called the Summer Olympics. Like, what are you talking about? You know my theory on this. You know my theory.
I told Chris your theory, and he was like, Damn.
You have a theory?
Probably true.
Yeah. My
What
theory
is
is, now I got to do more thinking and more digging. Here's my theory.
Okay.
That the IOC started allowing more nations to compete for the Olympics, the Summer Olympics. And countries like Norway, Sweden, those colder European countries realized, we might not medal anymore. We got to create sports that South America and Africa can't do so that we can medal in something in the Olympics. And that's how the Winter Olympics came to be. Brazil won something in the Winter Olympics, some skiing, something or another on Saturday. And it was the first time a country in South America medaled.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, are just for the Europeans.
Specifically the Nordic countries.
Just for the Nordic countries so that they feel
I guess
good about
Italy's
themselves.
doing pretty well this year, too.
Just for the Europeans, like I said.
Yeah.
The Europeans, and every now and then they're fine with Japan jumping up in there, and everybody just accepts the fact that the United States is so damn large. We've got the climates to be good at all of these things.
Right.
So it's fine.
A multi-climate country.
But, they were winning. The Europeans were winning all types of medals in the Summer Olympics. All types of medals. And then here come the Kenyans. It's like, well, we'll never go win a marathon again. Here they go. Look at them run. Boy, they're fast.
Factually correct.
Here comes Jamaica. And don't get me started on what Brazil was able to do on the soccer pitch, right? Like, all right, here we go. We got to do something. So let's create couples luging, where we have people lay on top of one another going as fast as they can downhill.
Yes.
What?
So I can say this, man, and this is just me looking. I can't confirm it because I wasn't there. Running uphill in skis has to be the hardest thing in the world. I've slipped with. There's no traction on skis, so I've slipped in shoes before with the little traction that I have. I don't know about y'all, water or ice or what have you. So to run uphill in skis that fast, that's impressive. You got me.
I slipped and busted my ass
so
getting out of the
hard.
car during the ice, like backing out of pulling into my house. Day 8 of the ice, so it's pretty much all gone. Day 8. I step on it, I slip, I fall, and my wife goes, CJ, as I slide down the driveway. Just slide down it into the street. Because I'm not going to try and stand up. I'm not going to make it.
I'm a pretty good skier, not to humble brag,
from
but I could
Colorado.
never, I would never try to get on skis
And go uphill?
No, I point those suckers down and I try to go as fast as I can without killing myself. I would never. One of the worst things is if you lose a pole. This is the best mental comparison I can give to the athletes fighting for their lives going up the hill on skis. You lose a pole, you got to go back and get that pole. You don't keep your skis on to go up and get that pole because it's impossible. You pop your skis off and then you trek up in your boots and then you try not to get too much snow in your boots and then you come back down to your skis and it's really hard to get your skis back on in the middle of the mountain depending on what the sloping of the mountain is. And it's one of the most annoying, frustrating things to happen in the middle of a ski day. Yeah.
I didn't know you could lose your skis.
I lost a pole.
Lose your pole.
Yeah, you can also lose a ski. I've popped a ski on a mogul before, and that's scary as hell because then you're skiing on one ski and you're like, I'm gonna die.
Oh.
I've only had one bad ski crash. I never had to get airlifted.
Thank
I had a
goodness.
friend who had to get put in the bag and taken down.
Oh, wow.
That always seemed kind of fun. Not like a body bag. I mean, it is technically a body bag, I guess. But it keeps them warm.
Yeah.
But if you hurt your leg, you don't usually
can't
get
walk
airlifted
down.
like Lindsey Vonn, but you cannot walk back down the mountain. So they bring the ski patrol up and they zip you into this bright red bag and they ski you down the mountain and you just
Have you ever seen somebody with the Saint Bernard with the whiskey around his neck? Okay. All right. Because I see that all the time in the cartoons where whenever an injury happens in the snow, the big fluffy dog comes out and it's got the whiskey barrel around its neck.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
How do we find out? We're all friends.
Yeah.
We're all friends. We're staying in Covington, Tennessee. We're all friends in Covington, Tennessee. How the hell do we find out we're good at curling? Right, like at what point do we say, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's just roll this basketball real quick and see how close we can get it to center court.
Now,
And
here's the
then
thing, CJ.
Let's sweep as we do it.
Yeah.
I don't sweep
Here's
at
the thing,
home. I
CJ.
hate sweeping.
I hate sweeping. I
I'm
fail
gonna
as
tell
a
you
woman.
something. That's the one thing that I feel like everybody on this podcast
I know I can do it.
I
know I
and
can
be
do it.
competitive as hell.
I know I can
like
do
I'm
it.
talking about like
do
we
it.
can go win some gold medals with these 3 people right here
We
in
can do
curling because I know we got it in us. Because I've
I
seen
agree.
what we going against, and I'm like, every year when I see them, I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. Like, yeah. And be like impactful, like I could do that.
Yeah. But give
But that's the
somebody a
only
run for their
thing,
money.
though. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like breakdancing, that may present some issues because I can't move like I used to. But
That's
like
okay.
curling,
Neither did Ray Gunn,
But she didn't win.
but she became an icon.
Yeah, we make fun of Ray Gunn.
Yeah. At what cost?
she didn't win.
She did not win.
And so it's not about winning, it's about just being impactful.
I mean, no, if I'm in the Olympics, I want to win.
Which would you rather be? Would you rather be Trent Dilfer or would you rather be Dan Marino? Trent Dilfer got the Super Bowl. Dan Marino's impactful.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you rather be Ray Gunn? Somebody who we're always going to
I know
remember?
her name.
Or would you rather have the gold medal from the breakdancing competition?
We don't know
I have
who,
no
who
idea.
won.
I
Who
have
won?
no
What's
idea
the name of the
who won
gold winner?
breakdancing.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's the name of the gold
I don't
winner?
know.
Yeah.
Dancer McDancerson. I don't know. Hell.
And what's crazy is they probably asking that gold medalist about Ray Gunn. Like, when you was there, did it look just as like?
He's like, I've been working on this routine my whole life. Don't you want to know about my breakdancing? All right, DeAngelo. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Winter Olympics, and I'm glad that you've been watching them as well. We'll catch up with
Yes.
you next week.
Yes, will do.
If
Bye.
curling is in the Olympics, when are we going to get, if curling is in the Winter Olympics, when are we going to get like cornhole in the Summer Olympics?
That's a great question.
Forget football in the Olympics. We don't need that. We need cornhole in the
No,
Olympics.
they're so committed. Flag football's taking over. They're trying to make flag football take over the world. It's everywhere.
Forget that.
It's everywhere.
Forget that.
Little cornhole.
Just corn.
Just an American picnic game.
Come on now.
Who doesn't play a good game of cornhole?
I don't know anybody.
You just get like standard party American. And why not flip cup? When
Throw
is
that
flip
in
cup
there.
in the Olympics?
Everybody will play flip
Everybody
cup.
can play flip cup.
Let's go.
Not well. You got to be skilled. Tip it, don't flip it. All right. We'll take a quick break. Some breaking NBA news. Kyrie Irving's out for the season.
Okay, what?
Does it move you?
Didn't we know that?
I mean, not technically.
Oh, we knew that. We want to believe that Kyrie and Tatum are coming back. But
Aren't the Mavs in the middle of like their longest losing streak since the turn of the century?
probably.
All right, we'll get into that. WTF story, Shia LeBeouf was arrested at Mardi Gras. He was let go. He's already back out partying again. He is committed. We'll get into that. More WTF stories after a quick break.
Oh, they're saying put dice in the Olympics also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then let's get into some card games.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back, welcome back. As I was saying before the break, yes, the Dallas Mavericks are on a franchise worst 9-game losing streak, and it is their longest losing streak since 1998-1999. And now, Kyrie is out for the rest of the season. So welcome to the official trying not to win games Dallas Mavericks.
So you were gone. So I don't know if Mark Cuban crossed your timeline.
He did on tanking.
Yeah.
I actually found it interesting.
Okay.
I think it's a amalgamation of everything. Like, tanking can be bad, but you can also put focus on the game experience, on making it more than just wins and losses. But I do think a lot of basketball fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but his primary thesis was basketball fans who go to games don't remember the plays that they see necessarily, or who's playing, or the win or the loss. They remember the general experience of being at that game. So that's where the focus should be. And if the tanking is in response to trying to put your team in a better position to one day get someone like a la Luka Doncic in their case back then it all works out in the end and it makes it worth it. Right? That's what he was saying, essentially.
Yeah. Focus on the fan experience, not on the tanking.
You want to know what makes a fan experience more fun?
Winning basketball.
Winning.
Competitive basketball.
And competitive.
Good basketball.
Good basketball.
Good basketball.
If you're sitting there saying, this is the stinkiest, stankiest game that I've ever watched in my life, you're not as inclined to get immersed in the experience of being at an NBA game. If you're constantly in the back of your head saying, God, this is a terrible product, it keeps you from reaching like the euphoria of, I'm with my friends at this very fun basketball experience. If the core is the basketball and the basketball is bad, in my opinion, that prevents it from being able to reach its peak.
The ancillary stuff is ancillary.
Yes.
The main thing at an NBA arena on game night is the basketball being played. If that product is subpar, people are going to be upset about it. Mark Cuban does bang the drum on the, hey, keep this stuff affordable. And he is right.
I did like that.
He is right. If it's not, it doesn't matter how good it is. If we can't get in arena to see it, All-Star Weekend was one of the best All-Star Weekends of the past decade, maybe, from a competitiveness, from a general intrigue and interest standpoint. But, nobody could afford to get in there because it was $800, $900 to sit in the nosebleed. So you got to make it affordable, and you could take care of the product on the court is bad when teams like the Mavericks this year, the Wizards, the Pelicans, Jazz are so very clearly not trying to win games, not trying to be competitive. The franchises, the players are. Right. Whoever you stick on the court is trying to, because they want a contract. They want to show that they can be a rotation player. They can be a starter in the NBA. But if the franchise is setting everything up for everybody to fail and look bad, it's like, okay, man, come on, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Not to get too in the weeds of planning new Olympic Games, but I do have to shout out Max in the chat. Try Cartathon.
What?
You go from table to table playing spades, dominoes, then Uno. All full contact.
Full contact?
What full contact means?
With the table.
I don't know, but it's provocative.
With the table.
With the table.
With the table.
Okay.
Because you got the bone and you just.
And you're hitting it.
Yes.
Okay.
Get to lick the card.
I'm into
everybody's
it.
licking the card.
Everybody's licking the card. Everybody's licking the card.
I got that draw 4. What you got? Draw 4 right here. Let's go.
Kind of into it. Why not cards? Why not?
Curling can be in there.
If curling can, if doubles luge can be invented, it's like the epitome of if we call it a sport, we can make it a sport. If we call it an Olympic event, we can make it an Olympic event. No disrespect to luge. Like, luge in itself is impressive. I don't know why we need the 2 people laying on top of each other for the luge. I don't mind it. I find it fun to watch.
You got it.
It's funny.
It's curious.
Curious is the perfect word. It is curious. You want to know what else is curious?
What? George.
Him and Shia LeBeouf terrorizing Mardi Gras.
That's not curious. That's par for the course.
It is. Yeah. And he does love Mardi Gras. I didn't know that. One of his parents has some Creole connection. And so he always has been a Mardi Gras supporter and Mardi Gras participant. But Shia LeBeouf was arrested in the French Quarter over the weekend, or early this week, excuse me, on Tuesday, so Fat Tuesday, after he allegedly fought with 2 men, both of whom told police that LeBeouf assaulted them. He was at a bar where you can get a haircut and a shot for $20. I thought that was a nice anecdote. The fight happened after a bar staff member tried to kick him out. And once he was outside the building, he allegedly hit a man several times. He then left. He returned. He was more aggressive. Multiple onlookers tried to hold him down. He kept fighting. He ultimately gets arrested. He then gets released. And guess what? My guy went right back out to Mardi Gras. Took a picture. He's back out at the bars. Now, I do have to say this makes me a little sad. Because everyone wants to get their jokes off. He recently claimed that he had just got sober and blamed all of his past abusive behavior on alcoholism. He has a whole thing with FK, is that her name? FK Twigs, where he was abusive to one of his former partners. And he said, it came out of life or a time in his life when he was relying on alcohol and it wasn't good for him and it, turned him into a more abusive person. And now he's back out on the street. So the quotes are funny. A bartender literally said under anonymity, Shia LeBeouf is terrorizing Mardi Gras. And he just popped, every bartender had a story in the city. He showed up at a place, hit him with a "Do you know who I am?" Tried to be a celebrity bartender. They kicked him out. They did say he put a shirt on when they asked him to, which was very nice. One story, this was the quote from the Hollywood Reporter, where a bartender said, quote, "He asked me 3 times if he could use his credit card. The bar has at least 50 cash-only signs. I said, why don't you go back and dig holes?" A reference from his movie Holes. It's damn. But anyway, Shia LaBeouf is not okay. Shia LaBeouf is never okay.
Good luck to him on his journey, man.
Another child star we just watch.
I'm sure somebody at some point, I would think that there's some good and somebody around him in general has stepped in there and said, hey.
Has tried.
Hey, man. Come this way. Let's try this thing a bit differently. And I'm assuming he said no. And if that's the case and he said no, and this is how he behaves, kind of got to get these jokes off then, because you people have tried to help you, man. So what are we talking about? Also, where did he get those fat ass beads from? Did he have to?
They have those everywhere.
Okay.
You can get big beads. You can get small beads.
Right.
You can get medium beads. It's Mardi Gras.
My understanding is there's a bead caste system, and so to get the big ones, you got to do something special.
Usually, yes.
All right. So did he just buy the big ones, or did he do something special?
You can also find them on the ground. You get to a point in the day.
Leaving the big ass beads on the ground?
Sometimes you get too many beads on your neck, and then
you just leave the big ones.
Your neck starts to hurt from the beads.
You leave the big ones?
Yeah, you don't all it's not like you have to show things to get beads on Mardi Gras. Everyone's just happy and having a good time.
Yeah, but
and
the big ones you have to show.
I don't know if you're part of a crew, or he's also Shia LaBeouf. He probably hit him again with the "Do you know who I am?" And they're like, "Yes,
just gave
sir.
him the big ones?
Here, Mr. Even Stevens yourself. Here are your big beads. Take them as you will." At the same time, I understand the idea. Do you know how bad your behavior has to be though to be considered terrorizing Mardi Gras? Because everybody at Mardi Gras is terrorizing Mardi Gras. I have a tattoo because of Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is a place for absolute shenanigans and nothing but.
That.
Yes, my tattoo is a Mardi Gras product. Some people have oops babies. I have an oops tattoo courtesy of Mardi Gras. Things happen. In the French Quarter, right where he was.
Yeah. Wait, is it? So why did I think Mardi Gras was on Bourbon? Is it in the
It
French
is.
Quarter?
I mean, it's everywhere.
Okay.
It
Gotcha.
really goes through the entire city.
Follow.
But there's like bars in the French Quarter, and then French Quarter is fairly off Bourbon, but you can like bop around to all the others.
Yeah.
I got the tattoo in the French Quarter.
Got you.
That's where you continue on through the night, you know,
Got it.
once you've finished on the Bourbon Street.
I gotta get back to New Orleans, man.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah.
Shia LeBeouf. It keeps going back. A couple other interesting stories that popped up. Florida's IMG Academy has been fined $1.7 million for accepting fees linked to Mexican drug cartel, according to reports. They've been fined, which is close to $2 million. They accepted tuition fees that were linked to drug cartels. This, according to the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control. They made the announcement yesterday for accepting tuition fees for 2 students whose parents are linked to those drug cartels. Quote, over 5 consecutive years, IMG Academy repeatedly transacted with 2 individuals whom OFAC sanctioned based upon their ties to a sanctioned Mexican-based drug cartel.
They told on themselves.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that. I would have just stopped and be like, yo, if they find out, they find out about it. But I can't tell on myself and get a high school hit with a $2 million fine. And they're going to be A-okay, by the way. Like
89 violations of counter-narcotic sanctions.
Well, how many? It's over 5 years. I'm assuming you got to make a payment once a month. So yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Also, were these drug cartel members' children's good at football and basketball? Because if so, it might have been worth it.
It's so interesting what happens when you see the words IMG Academy in the wild. Like a girl in front of me in line at the airport had an IMG Academy backpack on, and I just immediately thought, you must really be something.
Got to be an athlete. You got to be good.
You must really be an athlete. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm
just going to assume that
I'm just going to assume.
Was she tall? I'm assuming you're good
No,
at it.
not really. She just looked like a normal teen.
Did it fit her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, now I got questions.
I mean, she was young, like probably preteen.
Okay, so she's got a brother or a sister there.
No, I think she's probably the IMG Academy. Or
I don't think so.
Does IMG Academy have a mascot?
No, they don't need one. Their mascot is professional sports. Like, that's what it is. It's the logo of the NFL, the MLB, the NBA, and the NHL. That's what it is.
Volleyball for women.
Is there a professional volleyball league? Whatever that league is. Yes,
we also saw the USA men's softball team in the airport yesterday, of which I actually did not know we had one of those.
Yeah.
But now we have baseball back in the Olympics, so will they still have men's softball?
I would think so.
I would think so.
I would think so. We have basketball and 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics.
That's
we
true.
have a regular luge and team luge in the Olympics.
That's true. Tell me about this Lucy Letby documentary and the AI that was used in it.
So sat down. I'm back watching documentaries on Netflix, and I forget the exact wordage, but it's like digitally enhanced. I think that's what it is. So this person digitally enhanced. Like, okay, cool. So I saw that a couple of times, and I'm like, yo, what the hell does that mean? And so I look it up, and they just used AI to create people and voices. So you know how when we do these documentaries, people's faces are blurred and people's voices are changed and altered because they don't want their identity to be known. They just created completely fake people. They just used AI to make fake, instead of going out and getting an actress to come in and say, hey, this isn't the person, this is the actress. And honestly, I don't think it added anything more to the documentary. I don't think it made it any better by doing so. The points that were made by these people whose identity they wanted to keep anonymous, those points could have been made just by having the dark lights in the background blurring out their face and changing the voice. There was no need for the AI in there. It was just something that they felt like, okay, we can do it, so let's do it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I didn't like it at all.
I think
it ruined the
documentaries
documentary
are like journalism, and journalism is supposed to be as close to a truthful recount of a story as you can get. And so for a documentary that makes it fiction to me.
Yes.
Like if that's fictionalizing the account because it's not the real person that it happened to. Why are you doing that? So many.
they
I feel like the uptick, man, there was even like this is not connected to the documentary, something as simple as WSU, Washington State hockey, posted some Instagram post that was clearly AI of like, how cool would it be if we were in the Olympics? And it was like the Olympic banner in the background and like hockey gloves and a stick and a net. And it was AI slop. And someone's like, you couldn't find one person in a graphic design role to do your, like, you're at a university. Again, I'm not just calling Washington State out. This was just the example I saw. Many are doing it, but it just feels like we're moving so fast and it looks bad. But we're going to get so used to it. All of a sudden, it's going to be,
that's going to be the
it's
reality.
always looked bad. No, it hasn't.
That's going to be the reality. So, like in the documentary, they're talking to a mother who lost their child because this murderer murdered the baby, right? And they use an AI version of the mother. They just create an AI version. I'm assuming that they asked her the questions, she answered them. They fed it into an AI bot, which came up with the answers in a different sort of a voice, and then they physically used AI to create a fake person, which is supposed to represent her, to answer these questions, which again, you can just sit that person down, blur their face out, and we can keep doing this the way that it's been done.
Yes.
It doesn't make it any better. And boy, oh boy, wait till we get to maybe Music Friday. I might share this with you off air. I found out that I've been listening to AI songs on Spotify. Furious. Enraged. It just snuck on in there.
Well, I think I told you before I left, I got by 2 videos that I sent Chris within like a 48-hour window. We just send our normal like haha hee hee TikToks. And one was of like a young girl dancing, which was just cute and funny. And the other was like of a baby and a dog like standing against a wall. And like the dog was like being punished with the boy for like some silly thing that they did. And Chris was like, these are AI. And I said, I'm washed. And that freaks me out, because if I'm washed and you're washed listening to AI music, and everybody out there like within our age, I don't know, maybe are the kids any better at it? Like, are people in their like teens better at spotting it?
No, I think they just accept it as real.
Because I really worry for like my parents.
Yeah.
It's hard. Even to go back to that conversation that Bill Simmons was having about the KD files and everything, just this idea of like, you never know what's real that you're looking at anymore. Nobody knows if that's Katie's burner. Like, he's not going to come out and say like, yes, this was my burner account. And you can make like educated guesses if you want based on his internet activity and like things that have happened with the Rockets and whatnot. But you really don't know. And even with all of the like Epstein file stuff, I was reading a long New York Times piece on like how they're going about their reporting and how difficult it is, because normally you have all this time, but now all this information has just been like slopped down in front of the public, and some of it is AI and some of it is not like official reporting, and some of it are like fake allegations and fake accusations. And so trying to shift through those while also getting to the really real, important, terrible stuff that is included in that story, and just how difficult it is right now. And I'm like, God, we are on a one-way ticket to a hill.
They've been chipping. Donald Trump's administration has been chipping away at the very fabric of truth since 2016. Yeah. And they released the Epstein files the way they did it on purpose. They just sent a bunch out there. It's like, all right, you can't sift through all of this in a timely fashion. Good luck to you. And good luck keeping it accurate, because we know that people are going to go out there, and what folks are going to do is they're going to try and get their jokes off. They're going to try and target people that they don't like and what have you.
They're going to key search names.
Names, but they're going to create things.
And that too.
So if nothing is true, then like, what are you going to believe?
Then everything is fake.
Everything is fake. Yeah. Even the truth becomes fake at a certain point, and we win. Now we don't have to worry about any ramifications or repercussions, because you can't prove that this thing is true because you've been tricked so many times by the fake stuff. Yeah. It's awful. I hate AI.
I really do too. It's frustrating. I just want to go back to Puerto Viejo and the Pura Vida and seeing them. I knew the monkeys were real. They were real monkeys. It was not a monkey.
Are you sure?
Yes. I saw them with my eyeballs. I heard them.
We got fake birds over here that we see in here all the time.
Oh, God. Are birds real?
I don't know.
The people want to know.
You ever seen a bird nest?
Yeah, I have actually.
How
I
many?
just saw one.
How many have you seen?
Many.
How many you seen this year?
Don't do this.
And how many birds have you
Don't do
seen this
this.
year? Okay. All right. But they're real. Open your third eye.
It is open. All right, we will be back tomorrow as we continue through this All-Star break. Grizzlies are back in action on Friday when they host the Utah Jazz. Oh, that was the other thing. As I left the Jaren Jacks, we had our show Thursday, and we're like, all right, well, the next time I'm here, we'll be gearing up for the Jaren Jackson Jr. return game. There will not be a Jaren Jackson Jr. return game this year as he had to have surgery for a tumor in his knee that will keep him out for the rest of this season. He had that surgery, I believe, yesterday. The Jazz announced that it was a successful surgery. All hope to Jaren recovering quickly and swiftly, and the Utah Jazz happened to not have to figure out ways to tinker with his minutes. I thought two things can be true in this situation. Some people wanted to talk about wanting to get their jokes off. People were quick on the trigger with that. They're like, okay. And we had made the jokes earlier in the week of like, what triangle injury is ever going to have? It's a serious situation. Like if you have a tumor in your knee, you're going to want to get it removed. It's simple as that. Like even if it's non-cancerous and you're so grateful that it's benign, but you want to get that removed. And so you're like, okay, thank goodness they found this. Thank goodness they can get it out. And he has the rest of the time to recover. That is all true. And also, how'd the Jazz luck into that one?
Jessica, can you be a bit more compassionate? The man has a tumor. You're saying they lucked into it? They lucked into Jaren having a tumor?
No, I did not say that. Specifically,
right.
I said the Jazz, who have been under a complete microscope about how they have handled rotations and how they have handled the sitting of their stars ever since trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. You know, he won't play the rest of the season. God. Anyway, big up prayers for Jaren Jackson Jr. as he recovers. That is a scary thing to go through. I was like, that is the most unbelievable headline to get right as I'm closing the laptop. Like, shuts laptop till Monday. Oh my God, Jaren Jackson Jr., are you okay? Hopefully all is good. He recovers quickly, and we will see him next year for a return game. I wonder if they will still do a Jaren return video. I bet they do on Friday. I bet they still do it.
No, you can't do a Jaren return video.
Does he travel? I don't know what the surgery recovery is.
Lane brought this up. He probably will because he got the graft stuff from the house and whatnot.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
you don't.
probably.
You just throw up a graphic that says Jaren, thank you, and thank you to all the players
and save
on the Jazz.
video for next
save
time.
Save the videos for the
I don't
next
disagree.
time he comes. Yeah, for not next time he comes, for next season when he comes.
All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.